Uh, hello, everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching me from. My name is NCK2310. Yes, welcome to my channel. This channel is to motivate, inspire, and also encourage. That's what we do here. And I dwell with songs. Yes, we do scrutinize and analyze songs. Yes, and especially the Kikuyu songs. Kikuyu is one of the many languages in Kenya where I am from, and that's what we dwell with here. And we have many different kind of songs. We dwell with gospel songs. We dwell with political songs. We dwell with mugidi, which are like party songs, which are including with times of joy, times of sadness. All kind of times. We have all that in this scrutinization and analyzations of the songs. Yes, that's what we do here. And without wasting any time, let me dive in. Today is a love song. Wedo. Umuthi ni uhoro wa wedo. Yes. So today we're gonna analyze a song, a very beautiful song. Actually, it's almost, I think it's eight days old song with one of our very talented artists. Tell you later after we've scrutinized the song. Very, very beautiful song. So, I always have so much fun when I'm like translating all these songs from Kikuyu to English. It's so much fun. I always think, wow, good words, because I always get from my own thinking from some of these, what the song says. Yes. So let me start to read the first verse of the song and we see what we can learn from it. It is a love song. Adwawedo muke muthikiririe. Yes. The song says, I know you know that I know that I did wrong. So this is somebody, I would guess it's like a couple, separated couple, more or less, or divorced couple. And the one who had done wrong is saying, I know you know that I know that I did wrong. Now the question here remains, what wrong did this person do? Was it cheating? Was it lying? Was it, what is it? What wrong did he or she do? When I hear about this song, those of us who have ever been in relationships, marriages or just normal relationship, and then you are, for example, cheated on, and then you find out, we know how disappointed somebody is. And there are some of us who decide to forgive, and there are those some of us like me who decide, no, this is too much. I cannot trust a cheater because I believe in once a cheater, always a cheater. There are some of us like that. But there are others who like to give chances and chances and chances. But the thing here now comes in. Now, when you give that partner of yours another chance, is he or she taking you like you are naive or you're silly, or how does it, because we know that some people love cheating, even if they get everything. You as a woman, you can be beautiful, you can be having nice style, you can be having a good job, that you're earning good money, you could have many qualities, but still your partner want to cheat. Now the question remains, why do cheaters? Because I think some cheaters, they have the addiction of cheating. For me, that's how I see it. Or some just want to test, oh, can I also get somebody else? I don't know. Because when you look around, some of the people cheating, you wonder why. Why do they cheat? You can see a couple, very nice couple, beautiful couple. Nice, they look everything and they have everything. They work together, they have everything, and out in our faces they look everything like excellent, but all of a sudden you hear there is cheating. Now, for me, when I sometimes sit and think about it, I think about where I come from. Okay, I'm from a village in Kenya, in Lower Kabete, one of the villages there. That's where I am from. And in my village, I do remember growing up in the early 70s. Then I was a young child. But in the early 80s, I was already understanding when people are going like, there's something called dowry, for example, which is a Kikuyu thing. Yeah. I don't know how it is up to today, but according to me, I said no, capital no to dowry. And I'll tell you the reason why I don't believe in dowries. I never paid any dowry. I will never do it. Even when my parents were still alive, I had a discussion with them and I used to tell them, I can give you everything. And I used to give everything, all the money, for example, whatever. But dowry, I said no, because I always want my freedom. Because I always think, what if things will be done with me? For example, somebody like me who is far, far away, never dated a Kenyan or African man. I'm far away in these European countries. And then, for example, my husband, who is a Mzungu, or the other husband I had before, who is a Mzungu too, paid dowries. And then it comes that we have problems together and I have to go my way. And then there's all this discussion. I don't know to bring who, the elders. I don't know who have to talk on my behalf. Crazy. And for me, I wanted to be free out of that. I get married. My husband has to treat me right. I treat him right as well. I don't cheat. He also don't cheat on me. But if he does, it's my decision. Without asking anybody, without involving anyone, just to pack and leave. I've been good in that. Even like without even having to call anyone and say, oh, now I'm separating. Oh, he has done this and this for me. Hey, without all these things. This for me was only possible, which is still very possible, because I never, and I will never do this thing called dowry. Because that is like you're closing yourself like this. It's like you're putting yourself in jail. And that's why when they come these things, for me as the Kikuyu, and I'm 50 years old, I say no to dowry. Someone can say, hey, but that's a culture. That's a Kikuyu culture. Listen, Kenyan people, our Kikuyu people, we know that, for example, things like circumcision for women was abolished. If that was abolished, which people used to say is a culture, we also can go away and put away the dowry thing, because that is putting so many people into exiles. Because some people, they even want to leave, but they can't leave when they think, oh my God, dowry was paid for me. Oh my God, what am I going to tell my parents, my uncles, my grandfather? Hey, Fafa Mokoro, Fafa Munini, I don't know what. All these shenanigans. What am I going to tell them? How am I going to start? And then they don't care about how you are doing. Because what's important here is, yes, a dowry is paid for you, and you go and you're married. When there's problems and this and this and that, it seems like somebody can't just leave because a dowry was paid. I can give you an example with my parents, okay? My dad, my parents are both late, but when they were alive, I still know that my dad passed away with 76 years old. My mom passed away a long time, 2004. But one thing is this, my dad also never paid dowry for my mom. He never did. But I do remember one thing. It's not because he didn't want. It's because he didn't have the money to go and pay dowry for my late mom. But I do remember one thing. My late grandfather, he was from Muranga. I do remember sometime he used to visit us in Luakabet. I've told this story somewhere before in some of my videos. He used to come in our home in Luakabete, and I could hear him telling my late dad, hey, Shage, it's like, when are you going to bring the goats for me? It's these Kurashia things. I think the Kikuyus bring goats, and I don't know, whatever they used to surely take. And you could see how my dad used to feel uncomfortable because he did not have the money. Wait a minute. My late dad was the only breadwinner. We were 4 kids. We had to go to school. His everything was on him. and there is somebody coming asking for dowries, dowries, dowries. I think it's wrong how parents do it. You should let for example, the youths, let them build themselves. There are so many youths, singles in Kenya, and especially, for example, in my tribe in Kikuyu tribe, so many single youths. Why? Because the men, they're not able to pay dowries. The moment they fall in love with a girl or this and that, even before they build a small shelter for themselves, before they can build themselves up, there's somebody there saying already, dowry, dowry, dowry. Why? I think it's a thing we have to discuss. We cannot just ignore such issues, because it's becoming, it's tough. I think this dowry thing should be done away with. That's what I believe in. And I've talked about this. And for me, I will keep talking about it. Doesn't matter if you're married to a Kikuyu, to a Mzungu, to a Indian, to a whatever. This dowry thing should end. Because some people, when they're paid dowry, believe you me, sometimes they are put like in prison. They are mistreated, but they have nowhere to go. They stay there because they are worried. What are they people, the other side, gonna say? Hey, what if they say, bring back our dowry? If they were maybe given, I don't know how many cows, 10 cows, when you leave, what if they say, give us back our cows? What if there was, I don't know what amount of money was paid? When they finish, you are told, bring back our, it's crazy. Huh? I think this thing should be done away so that everybody is. I do remember, I tell my story that my late mom separated with my late dad. She didn't have to go anywhere to Muranga to ask anybody. She just took a few of her clothes and she went away to Mombasa to her sister. That's what my late mom did. Yes. And my late dad, because he had not paid dowry for my late mom, he could not gather people to go to Muranga, I don't know, to talk to my late grandfather about their daughter. There was nothing like that. It's my late dad who used to try to follow my late mom in Mombasa to say, please come back. And my late mom used to say, no, you drink too much alcohol. I'm not interested. It was her right. And I learned it from my late mom. I thank God. Because if there was dowry paid and this and that, my mom could have stayed with my late dad who loved alcohol so much, unhappy, and she had stayed so many years asking him, please stop it, stop drinking so much. It's not nice. It's not okay. He said, I will, but he thought, where is she gonna go? I already have 4 kids with her. You know what I mean? Because there are some people who think that way. That where are you gonna go? And my mom was a housewife, so she didn't have like a job or a business that she was earning money. So, and we know how it is. That's why I always say it's very good to be dependent. You as a woman, work, have your own money. You as a man, always work, have your own money. Because anytime things are not working, it's your right to leave. And nobody will ask anything. And no meetings will be done. Because I think it's so wrong that when somebody is not happy in a relationship, they are outsiders trying to force the issue. Like, oh, go back. Hey, you have kids. Hey, you have I don't know what. Hey, come on. You as a couple, you have to make each other happy. You as a couple, you have to make sure that you settle the issues, both of you. And this cheating thing should also not be there, because the moment someone is cheating, it means the person don't love the other one that much, because you can't be cheating and you're loving your partner. I don't think so. If you cheat, you don't love your partner. You can tell whatever you want. You can explain only to naive people. There is no way, if you love your partner, you want to go out there with other people. Wait a minute. I even wouldn't listen if somebody would try to explain to me. No way. I wouldn't even listen, not even a second, because it will be the person is just wasting my time. The person is even lying. On top of cheating, the person is still lying to me. Hey, I still love you. Hey, this and that. No, there is no way. And even, the cheating is like, not like in my culture, in my Kikuyu culture, where people can marry 1, 2, 3, 4 wives, or I don't know what. But there is a way to be followed. You have to talk it with your wife. Maybe your wife can't have kids, and there's a reason you want a second one, or maybe there could be some reasons, but you have to discuss it first with your partner first. And then you have to decide who do you think we should take in? For me, I'm not for more than one. For me, I just believe one husband, one wife. Punct. I don't believe in 2, 3, 4, 5 or whatever. We are all different. But if it has to be done in an orderly manner, not just through cheating and stuff like that. And then the worst thing is this, as I have said, this dowry thing, which is killing our Kenyans, especially our Kimai Kikuyu tribe. I can talk on that, because the thing that is killing all these marriages and whatever, that people are staying unhappy marriage, but they can't live because a dowry was paid. I think this thing has to end. This thing has to stop. No more going to take, I don't know, cows, women or whatever. They are not things that can be traded. Hey, bring these cows and goats and I don't know what, and blankets. What else do you ask? I think it's so wrong. I don't think it's okay. Because everybody should have the freedom that if you treat me wrong, if you cheat on me, I will not stay there. And I have no obligation to explain to nobody. And let me say it again. No need. I have no obligation to explain to nobody. No one who have gone to, I think even my family, I wonder if they know who are married, like who now are married to, like, which number, because it's none of their business. It's my life. It's my business. It's my body. Nobody should try to say, oh, now your dowry was paid, you have to stay there even if you are unhappy. I think it's so wrong. Anyway, let's continue on. That was what I think and what I believe. But we are dwelling in with the song. Let's dive in on and hear what the song has to offer. It's an interesting song. I love it. The song says, let me repeat that again. I know that I did wrong. We've now discussed about doing that wrong thing, what it could be. Forgive me. I was tricked by the devil. Whoa, wait a minute. This is somebody, a grown-up, because when somebody is over 18 years, you are a grown-up. You know what's right and wrong. You're not a child anymore. So the moment this song is saying that forgive me, it's the devil. The devil defeated me. Listen, these are just excuses according to me. Because there's no way you can tell me, hey, it's the devil who told me to go and cheat out there. You know already, you have your woman at home. You have your partner at home. You know very well that you can do so many bad things. First of all, you have to think. There's something called diseases, STD, sexually transmitted diseases, for example. You're going out there. Think. You're cheating. You can bring diseases to your partner. Someone can say, oh, but I can use contraceptives. I can use this and that. Maybe you're going and you're kissing, you're doing this, you're doing all this kind of thing with somebody out there. And then you bring viruses and bacteria to your partner. I would go crazy. And I think it has to be so strict that if you're infected by your partner, that you can sue him or her. I think that has to be very, like here in the Western countries, you can do that. It doesn't matter if it's your husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, if the person infects you because of being careless, because that's big carelessness, you can take a case, you can start a case against him or her because of infecting you. People should stop to be careless. That's what I think. Because you cannot be so selfish that you want to go out there, have fun with other people. Your partner is at home and you think that's all right. And after you're gotten, you're saying, oh, sorry, it's the devil that defeated me. So that one on the devil, let's continue with this song. We have to scrutinize and analyze it so we can see, hey, what are we going to learn? So this thing with forgive me. So stop cheating and after saying, please forgive me. It's the devil that defeated me. You know what is right and wrong. You know that cheating is wrong. You know it. Anyway, the song says, this is so interesting. The song says, When I am alone, I remember when we used to be together at home, and I feel like crying. Yes, you should feel guilty. Yeah, I remember when we were together, it used to be so nice here at home. Of course, it was nice. If it was so nice, why did you decide to go out there? If it was so nice, why did you have the idea of cheating? If it was so nice and comfortable, why did you stop making love with your partner, but you can make love out there? Why? And this is something we have to talk. There you are. If you have your partner, listen to me. I'm 50 years old. I can tell you because things I have seen. If you have a partner, okay, and in the beginning everything was fine, and all of a sudden you're not that old. It's not like you are 80, 90, or 100. No, you're still able to do things that partners usually do. And you notice all of a sudden your partner is not interested to make love with you. Your partner don't even touch you. Open your eyes. There's something wrong. He or she have somebody else somewhere. That's why he or she is not interested with you. Apart from if your partner has sicknesses, we know sometimes some people can be, for example, in accidents, car accidents or something like that. And then after they have that accident, maybe they are not able to satisfy you sexually, for example. But if your partner don't have those issues, if your partner is not suffering, for example, there are some people, if they are depression, maybe also they have problem to get it up, for example, if it's a man, for example. But we know that if this happens, there are so many things which can be done. You can go to psychologists, doctors can help, you can get medicines, you can get stuff called like Viagra's or something like that. There are so many help. It's different kind of helps you can get. But open your eyes. If you are there listening to me, and if you listen to me later, if you have a partner and the partner don't touch you, don't make love with you, be clever. Start to be prepared. Start to know there's somebody else somewhere who is satisfying your partner. So for you, maybe it's just comfortable to live. If you have a nice home, maybe it's comfortable to be together on that. Maybe you are a very neat person. We know there are some people who are very clean and neat. They clean the house, they clean the clothes, they iron the clothes, perfect in the house. I don't mean only wives. There are also men who also very good in that. And especially the Wazungus. We know that this housework is not just for women. The Wazungus, they do everything. They clean the house, they wash clothes, they iron, they cook, they do everything. I think nowadays as well, our Kenyan men have also come up again, not like before, that they used to say it's only women who can be in the kitchen. No, I think it's changing. But in case it's still like that, there are couples who are very, very good in that. But when it comes to the bedroom, they don't want anything to do with you. Wake up. It's high time to wake up. That they come to the bed every day. Oh, they are tired. Hey, I don't know. They have excuses. Sometimes, hey, I have headache. Other day, I have stomachache. Other day, my back is aching. Other day, which other pains? Hey, elbow aching, this, that. Always there's an excuse. Open your eyes. Your partner could be cheating. There's somebody else who is satisfying your partner. It's high time to wake up and be clever. Don't be naive. God gave us brain to think, not for decorations. It's decoration for you. No. God gave us that so that we can use it. Think, wait, what's going on here? Where is this man or this woman getting satisfaction? Why he or she don't want me to touch her? You have to reason out. Ask yourself these questions so that it will not be a surprise. Because that's why some people can even tell their partners, I'm traveling on a business trip. For example, I'm traveling. Listen, wake up. If your partner tell you I'm traveling on a business trip, it's your responsibility to also ask to where. Which hotel are you staying? Then you can find out, you as a woman, the telephone number of that hotel. You can find, yes, because nowadays it's crazy with this cheating thing. Someone can tell you, oh, I'm traveling now. Like if you have a partner who is always traveling, hey, I'm going this and this for a business trip, and they're going to meet their side chicks. They're going to meet their partners there on the side. They're going to meet somebody else. And you are there, naive and silly, just at home, washing clothes. Those who are from the local villages in Kenya, you're busy milking cows and I don't know, goats and chickens and everything. And that's a very hard work. It's tough job. And your partner is busy going there telling you it's business, it's meetings, hey, it's. But they're busy with their other side chicks. Wake up. It's high time for you to wake up. It's high time. It's high time for you not to allow anybody to fool you. It was done to me. I can tell out of my own experience. And I learned it because before I did not know that people can really cheat that way. I never knew that in my life. I can tell you, if you're there, about my own story with this cheating thing, what I had to go through. I have to tell you before we continue with our song. I have to tell you what I went through. And since that time, I opened my eyes. Because before, I was maybe like some of you who are also naive, that your partner is telling you, I'm going on business, I'm going to look at my company or whatever. Listen to me. I give you my story. And I always say, NCK 2310, I like always to be the boss of my own channel, because I like everything I tell that is coming from my own mouth, because I can stand and say, yes, it is the truth. Listen to me. Now it's my time to tell you my story, how I was cheated on. And I was shocked because I had never thought that he would cheat on me. I had never in my whole world thought not him, because I was together with a Swedish guy, not my husband now, another Swedish guy. As I was living in Germany, I met a Swedish man. Very nice, good looking, elegant, classy, exactly my style, the kind of guys that I like. That was many, many years ago. Oh my God. It's like over 20 something years ago, very many years ago. So listen, as we were there, we met in Germany because he had come there for business. And when we met, he was single, he told me. Okay, we changed numbers and we got in together. So I started to come to visit him in Sweden. He used to live in Stockholm. And he used to come then to visit me again in Düsseldorf, in Germany, where I was living. It went on. Then we started to travel. We traveled the world, Spain and Thailand and, call it, name it, Kenya. We traveled the world. Everything was going fine, okay? And then after a few years, after maybe like 4 or 5 years, we decided, because my daughter is not his daughter. My daughter was from my first man, a German guy. She was young, so I didn't want to move to Sweden. I said, no, I cannot move to Sweden. My daughter is still young. I have to wait. And I don't want to remove my daughter away from her dad because, it's good to be fair to the kids. Kids need a mom and a dad. So now listen to my story. This is NCK 2310 telling you my story. So there it was, me and that guy. We decided to have a very big house, very beautiful. We were living in an area in those of you who know Düsseldorf, we were living in an area called Kaiserswerth. It's one of the classy areas in Düsseldorf. Very beautiful place. We had a very big house, with everything. With everything. I mean, everything. Very classy. And then we had 2 nice cars in our garages, Mercedes, and we had it good, okay? Because both of us were working. He had a company in Sweden, in Stockholm, for transportation company. And myself, I had nails studio. I had a nail studio in Düsseldorf. So money was no problem. We got it all. I have my money, he has his money. There we were. So we got together and we were staying there. And of course, I used to have my daughter 1 week, and other week she's with her dad. And it went on. And these men used to sometimes come to Stockholm to look for his transportation company, okay? So I never used to mind because he used to come to Stockholm and then he come back maybe after a week or something like that. And I used to believe he's going to Stockholm. One time, something happened. All the other times, I used to pick him up from the airport. We didn't live so far away. Those who knows Kaiserswerth is not so far away from the airport in Düsseldorf. I used to pick him up from the airport. And one time, he told me, okay, I'm going to Stockholm, and I will stay just 3 days, and I will be back. I said, okay, all right, fine. I actually dropped him with the car. I dropped him, yes. And then after he said, after 3 days, some friends of mine from Sweden, they are coming to Düsseldorf. Is that okay? They stay in our house. And I said, yeah, sure. We had so many bedrooms. I said, of course, they can live in our house. Okay, he went. For me, I'm thinking he's in Stockholm to look for his business. He went and everything. Then the time for returning, I thought I will pick him up like I always do. And because we had also another big car, I said I can pick him up with his friends, because he said he's coming together with all his friends. There were 3. So there will be 4 people. And I said, okay, I can pick all of you with the big car. And then all of a sudden, he sent me SMS. He told me, oh, I cannot follow them with the same flight. My flight will be a little bit earlier because they will come a little bit later. I said to him, okay, so I pick you only. He said, no, I'll come home alone. Okay, for the first time. First, that thing hit me. I was like, what's going on here? All right. I waited. He came home. After he came home, his friends arrived with maybe like a flight, 2 hours later flight from Sweden. He picked them up. So we were all home and everything. And then remember, there are 4 men, okay? 3, and then this, my darling, there are 4 men. So, and I had told I had told him, you know what? Because you are 4 men, for me, because they wanted to go out to Düsseldorf, Old Town, to have dinner, I said, is that okay? You 4, you go, because you 4 men. I'm fine. So they left, okay? They left, and they had dinner in there. Men, 4 men. It's okay to have nice time and stuff like that for them 4. They came back, and then the next day, there was an exhibition, a messe exhibition. I don't know what to call exhibition. There was a mobile, these car houses. They are, it's a house, but in a car. Mobile homes, they're called. There was a big exhibition in Düsseldorf, and that's why the friends had come as well. So all of them went. Early in the morning, they all went. I didn't want to follow neither, because I always sometimes leave the men to do their business. So, and I was home because I was not going to work the next day. All of a sudden, I don't know what got me in my head. I don't know why. I think it's God. Because sometimes God make you do things and you're like, in our house, we had a studio up in the rooftop, a studio, okay? I was almost never there at that studio. But that day, after they had gone, I don't know what God told me. I think it's God speaking to me. I pulled down the ladder. I climbed up to the rooftop, and there was a bag. All of a sudden, there was a bag. I was like, where is this bag coming from? For me, I never even used to look like when he comes, what he's carrying with him or the luggages. I never used to look like that. We were so much used for up and down that he used to fly up and down to Sweden and stuff. So I didn't even look. There was a bag. I thought, what is in this bag? Wait a minute. My suspicions. I looked at the bag. When I tried to touch it, I see it's locked. It's fully locked. There's a padlock on it. This got even more interesting. Why is this bag in a house and locked? I've never seen this bag. Even if the house was big, I knew. For us, if you live somewhere, you know what is where. So I decided to have to open this. I decided to reopen it. Oh my God, shock of my life. Shock of my life. Those of you who are old like me, before, we never used to have iPhones. We used to have, if you make photos, it's used to take to a studio and they develop the photos for you. And each photo used to have a date. Each photo a date at the back. There were photos in there. When I looked at the photos, there was another woman with my man in Mallorca. Mallorca is in Spain. And the dates were exactly these 3 days, which I thought he was in Sweden. He was in Spain, relaxing on the beach with cocktails and kissings and everything. Photos were there. All of them, even other deeper ones. When I say deeper ones, you know what I mean. All photos were in there. What could you have done if you were me? Tell me I want to hear, please. What could you have done if it was you? This is a man we've already stayed many years together. Never cheated on him. Had all the chances to cheat because he used to be his business in Sweden. I'm in Germany. I used to go out with my friends. There were some guys who used to approach me and stuff like that. I was still young and nice. But I always, no. At that time, I was engaged. I said, no, we were boyfriend and girlfriend even, and no cheating. There I was. No, I have my man. No. It was like that. So it's shock of my life. And in there was even something else. A very expensive watch. Cartier watch. Those of you who know Cartier. Cartier is like Rolex, Oyster Rolex or something like that. In there, brand new one. Brand new Cartier. In there as well. I don't know whose present it was, but it was hidden in there as well. Can you imagine the shock I got? This is somebody who always played to be gentleman. Really gentleman. You never have thought that he would cheat among all the other cheaters. That's why for me, it's very difficult to trust anybody. Because up to today, it was, I see Ken Masharia. Thank you, Ken, for coming. Thank you. I'm telling my story as we are scrutinizing a song here. I'm telling my story of being cheated on, which up to today is a shock of my life. So there I was. I pulled the bag down. I had the photos. So I have to make sure I have this. These are the evidences that I have. So I take the photos first. I hide them somewhere. Okay. And then I called the guy. He's at the exhibition with his friends. But his friends, after the exhibition, they were supposed to go directly to the airport and fly back. Okay? So they were just for one night in Düsseldorf. So I called him and I said, please, can you come home now? Come home now. Because, hey, why should you cheat like that? Someone like me, so many years, never cheated. I had chances to cheat. I never cheated. Shock of my life. And we had everything. Nothing was lacking. We had a very beautiful, big villa, beautiful cars, good businesses for both of us, everybody earning own good money. And there is someone cheating. Shock. I said, come home now. What will happen? If you are a man, would you come home? Of course not. Or if you're a woman, you'll be scared. Because you don't know what's going to happen in that house when you're alive there. What are you going to be done? You know that you've been cheating. Of course, he was scared to come. He was afraid. But remember, everything is at home. Everything is in the house. Everything. It was a very big house. Very big. We had rented it. Very big house. So I was like, if he can cheat me like this, I will not give a chance. Absolutely not. This is somebody who've shown me he can cheat. And he was so scared, so afraid. I think he booked a hotel somewhere. And then after that, I think he flew back to Sweden. Because in the European countries, you don't need a passport to fly somewhere. Like from Germany, you can fly with an ID. Just an ID. You can fly back to Sweden. And he had to do that because everything else, passports and all the documents, everything was in our safe in the house where I'm waiting for him. So he was so scared. He didn't dare come. He left. And of course, for me, directly, because I'm a no-nonsense person. Directly, I blocked him. Directly, I blocked. And remember, even his car is there in the garage. I blocked him. Everything. And then those years, it was no problem to get a new place in Germany. I went directly the next day to an agency that I knew. And I said, hey, I need to move out because the house was so big. It was so many bedrooms. And I'm just me and sometimes when I have my daughter. So in the same area, not so far away from there, I rented directly a flat. Also a big flat, like maybe 120 quadrat meter with a very nice terrace. I rented. And then I called a company. They came, they moved in my furnitures and everything. I think I just left his car in the garage and maybe a pool table. A pool table I left. I left one bed. I left like a TV. I left a few things for him. And I said, and then because I had blocked his number and everything, I knew that one day or one day in life he will come to get. And then I called the house owner. And I said, I've moved out of the house. And the house went away because the house was written, both of us. And I said, yes, he's fooled me. I've moved out. He's, I think, in Sweden. You have his number. Try to contact him so he can come and get his stuff. I was gone. That's the way it should be. And then he had to cry. He was going crazy because even his parents started to call me. Oh, and I said, do you know what your son did? Of course, then they call me. I tell them what they've done. And remember, I have the evidences because I have all the photos. He cannot deny and say, hey, she's lying or whatever. I have all the evidences in my hands with the dates, with which woman, everything in my hands. No, and that's a Mzungu. I'm not talking about that's a Mzungu now I'm talking about who cheat. I think since what I did, he will never cheat another one. If he'll ever do, that's his problem. It's none of my business. And that's how we finished. And right now with my husband that I have now with Swedish, we talk all these things. And I say, please never try to fool me because I don't give a second chance for me. If you are tired of me, tell me goodbye. Tell me you want somebody else. We will separate peacefully. Really. Without all this. But the worst thing you can do is to cheat on a woman or to cheat on a man. There are also women that cheat. I think that's the worst thing you can do. But the question remains, when somebody cheats on you, do you forgive them? Because they will come with all excuses. Because for me, I didn't even have time to listen to his excuse. Up to today, I never want to know why. Why cheat? Never wanted to know anything like that. So that's why I'm saying, if somebody cheats on you, please, if someone cheats on you, you have to think twice before it comes to this forgiving thing. That was just a short of my story that I wanted to tell. So I've also been cheated on. So I know that people can cheat even if they get everything. But the question remains, if someone cheats on you, are you ready to forgive? Or are you like me? That's your question to answer. Anyway, let's continue to hear the song. The song says that I feel like crying. I do remember this guy later on, after he got my other number, he used to write, I miss you so much. I want you back. Please forgive me. They all cry. But when they were cheating on you, they were not crying. When they cheat on you, they think you're silly and naive and you will never get to know about it. Some people cheat even if they have a comfortable home, even if they have everything that they need, they still cheat. Let's continue with the song. We are here to scrutinize this beautiful, amazing song. The next verse says, since you left, no one ever visits me here at home. Yes, that's the time these cheaters fall into depression. The cheaters, when they cheat, it comes a time that they realize, oh my God, she or he is gone now. Now I'm all by myself. And when the people hear the story, the people also think, oh, how could you do that to her? How could you do that to him? You had everything. What was the reason of cheating? They are left alone by themselves. It's just a matter of days, a matter of months, and they're all by themselves. And what happens to the cheaters? They fall into depression. They are all by themselves. They start to cry by themselves. They start to regret by themselves. And that's the way it should be, because they should have thought twice before going to cheat. The next verse says, when I call you, you don't answer. Of course not. When I write you messages, you don't read. When I write you email, you don't reply. When we met on the streets, you don't say hello to me. There we go. Because if someone cheats on you, if you don't have kids or if the kids are still small, you cannot block the number because you want to know how are the kids and this and this and that. But if you don't have a child with that person, with the cheater like me, just block the number. Just make like that person don't exist anymore. That's what you should do. Because if that person is trying that time to contact you, they're trying to brainwash you. They're trying with their messages and emails and I don't know, facts if they still exist. They're just trying to say, please, let's meet and talk. Talk about what? Talk about what? Please, let me understand this, because I would go crazy. That let's meet and talk. Talk about what? About how good you are in cheating? What do you want to talk about? About how sorry you are because you cheated? What do you want to talk with me? I won't have time for you. No? And that's why this song is saying, when I call you, you don't answer. Of course not. And you should not even answer. You shouldn't. Because what is there to talk about? The mess is done. The mess is already done. I know that the Bible says, hey, forgive 72 times. But some things, wait a minute. Some things to forgive, I think so. I see you, Betty. Thank you for coming. Some things to forgive can be very tough. Maybe you listening to me can forgive if your partner cheats on you, you know. But there are some of us like me. It's Rodier Kwenda. And if you have no dowry or all these things called dowries that you have to call, hey mama, hey fafa mokoro, hey fafa, hey mami, hey nedraha nidio, hey negodie, hey dowry, I don't know all those things. You don't need. If someone cheats on you, you just maybe pack your things and leave without having to inform anybody or ask anything, because it's you who've been hurt. You've been hurt mentally, psychologically. You're not okay. You're not well. All these other people could be minding about material things. Hey, now when you run away, he will, or he, because it's men who pays dowries in Kenya, in the Kikuyu tribe. When you leave, he will come and get the cows. He will come and get the goats. Hey, he will remove the business. Hey, he will chase away the family members from home. Hey, he will refuse to build our home. He will refuse to finish what he's been building. Hey, all those are material things. Those people are thinking of the material things. They are not thinking of your well-being. You should say no. And that's why I say, and I will still keep pushing, that this thing called dowry in Kenya, in the Kikuyu tribe, should be abolished, gone and forgotten forever. Because it's only some people that still believe in that. I said, my late parents, there was nothing like dowry. And that's why when my mom was fed up with my late dad because he used to drink alcohol, she left. And I do understand her. And when she left, I made sure that when God blessed me, I made sure that I kept my mom good. Yes. Because who would like to have an alcoholic husband? Who would like to have a man who is, nobody, for example? And for me, I do understand my late mom, for example, why she left. She had given him many chances. These are things I even later on in life used to talk with dad. I used to tell him, listen, mom left you because you refused to stop drinking. That's why she left you. And smoking cigarettes. Some other people, they can give you time and some women can be so patient. Because I do remember, like my late mom, she waited until I was entering Form 1 when she left. I was joining Form 1. 1991 is when I entered Form 1. And that's when my late mom left. But all the other, and my late sister, I think she was class 6 or 7 or something like that. But at least we were already mature, we can say. We are not small kids. She waited until we were able, or she could have left long time ago, she used to say that. But because we were young, she sacrificed herself. Every time she used to see my late dad coming late in the night when he's drunk, she used to feel so bad and she had nowhere to, she was like, oh, my kids, my kids, my kids. But that one, she just stayed there because of us kids, not because of dowry, because no dowry was ever paid for her. And after I joined Form 1, my mom knew, hey, and my two older brothers are already bigger, they're older. She was like, yes. And that's the way it should be. That's why I think this dowry thing, it hold people like in prison. I think the Kenyan women, the Kikuyus you should also understand that this dowry thing, when you allow that, you are putting your life in danger, because where you will go, you don't know how you're going to be treated. There are also some people, for example, here in the Western countries, they're from Kenya. They paid dowries. Yes, they're married, for example, to Azungus. Like I'm married also to a Mzungu. But because they said, hey, it's our culture. Hey, Kenyan culture. Hey, dowry is a must. they let the Mzungus to go, which is not normal. The Wazungus don't pay dowry things and stuff like that. But because they were told, because they're together with our Kenyan sisters, they were told, hey, dowry is a must. They went and they paid dowries, okay? Now, when they pay dowries, after they come back to the Western countries, you as family members, do you know what your sisters, your aunties, do you know what they go through? Do you have an idea? Because some of them, they can be treated wrongly. At least here in the Western countries, women have a say, because if somebody treats you wrong, you just have to go and report and things are taken on. But we know how it is back home. People will start to say, hey, ucio niaganire na niatiganire muthungu wake na niareheirwo dawari, niaraceirio. I don't know all this. And some people, that's why some people even they collapse because of depression, because they are not happy where they are. They are living like in prison. They are not happy at all. And some of these people as well, because their Mzungus paid dowry for them, when they come to the Western countries, they are made to work like donkeys. We know that, of course, at least here in the Western countries, you have, like, for example, here in Sweden, you can have 40 hours a week to work, 40 hours, okay? But if you want to work extra, there is a certain limit that you can work extra, not so many hours, but you can work some hours extra. But some people, because of that dowry that was paid, they prefer to work extra to earn every money, because some of their Wazungus, they refuse to work. They refuse to work. So your sisters, your aunties, they're the ones working like donkeys, day in, day out, paying all the bills. Some of them, I know a few from Kenya, in Germany, also here in Sweden. They work and work. You ask them, you're still at work? Hey, you're still at work? Hey, some of the husband, they got this thing called that somebody works up to a certain age, and then they say they have these mental issues, so they can't work anymore. They get very little assistance from the government, but the bills have still to be paid. Who is paying that bill? It's your sisters, your aunties who've been paid dowries. They're the ones who are working like donkeys to be able to pay all the bills. And this thing, that's why I think it's very sad. Before you continue with this dowry thing, think twice. Because for me, I thought twice. When my parents were alive, I said, I can help you. And I did. I helped both my mom, my late dad. I helped all of them with a lot of money. But I said no to dowry. And the reason is, I always want my freedom. The moment I'm treated wrong, the moment somebody cheats on me, I'm out. I am out. No discussion, without any cause to nobody, because I don't then owe anybody an explanation. When you take dowries and stuff like that, the people who received all those gifts, you have to explain to them what happened. Why did your marriage break? Hey, why did you leave? Hey, all this. Why? So if you want your peace, say no to dowry. If somebody treats you wrong and you think it's time to move, you will leave. And you don't have to ask permission from anybody. That's according to me, okay? But let's continue with this beautiful song. The song says, I've read there that when you met me on the street, you don't say hello to me. Of course, you don't talk with somebody just like that, who fooled you, who lied to you, who cheated on you. You don't. The song says, forgive me, my sweetie. Someone calling you sweet, someone cheated on you and calling you sweetie. Forgive me, my baby. You know, these cheaters, they have very beautiful, nice words. Forgive me, my darling. Someone who cheated on you calling you darling? You believe that? Because I know you know, and then it starts again. You know, I know that, that I did wrong and this and that. But forgive me, sweetie. You know, these beautiful, sweet words. Someone cheated on you and is calling you sweetie, darling, lover, my heart, my sunshine, my moon. What else do you call each other? And you listen to all those names, those are just names to sugarcoating, to make you give him another chance or her another chance. That's why calling you, oh, my darling. Oh, forgive me. It's the devil. I will never repeat that again, my love. Oh, look, we have such a beautiful family. We have kids. Who told you just because of the kids you have the right to cheat? Who told you just because you have a big home and big cars and whatever that you have the right to cheat? Cheating is a no-go zone. This should be a lesson to be learned. The moment all these things are being done, that person who is cheating will go again and cheat the next one. But some of them, because of the shock they get when you leave, they'll be afraid to cheat. But most of the cheaters, later on, they stay alone. Because they will cheat even that wherever they go, they will cheat again. Later on, they will be solos. They will be bachelors. Nobody. Because they are cheaters. And then they will fall into depression. That's why sometimes you see some of these people. You think, oh God, what happened? They don't tell you they cheated. Thank God we have something like internet here. The internet tells us everything. We get to know about things. Otherwise, everything would be hidden. Anyway, the last verse, let's hear the last verse, what it says. Since you returned back to your home and you left me, even when our neighbors see me, they just laugh and mock me. They just laugh at me and mock me. Of course you'll be mocked. And then in this song, it's saying some of the neighbors, how they mock him. They say, just look at that naive guy. Just look at that fool. He has nothing of his own apart from the cooking pot. Because some women, for example, when you fool them, some of them, they even take everything from the house and move to a different place. So there you are. You are left with old pots. There you are. Yes. Because you cheated, you wasted the time of that partner of yours. That time you wasted. Hey, time is money. Don't think that because you have kids with the person has carried 9 months. Each child is 9 months pregnancy. Fed the baby, stayed home, does all the things at home. That is also work. And that's why I say, like, if you haven't signed an agreement that you have your things and the other one have their own things, if you haven't signed something like that, it means everything which is coming in is for both of you. It's not only for you. The money that you're going out there to earn, it's not only for you. It's for you and your partner who is back home, keeping care of the house, keeping care of the kids, cleaning, washing, milking, everything. She's also working. Even if they are workers, she's keeping care of the workers that they can do the right thing. That's also work as well. To be a supervisor, to watch, is also work. So the moment you go out there and waste that money with a side chick, you are stealing the money from the family. You are. Everything that you buy out there should be taken back to the family because you've been stealing from the family. I hope some people would understand this. Some of us who've lived in these Western countries, maybe our rules are very different. That nobody should just fool you just like that and you allow it. No way. Use your brain because God gave us brain to think. This is nothing with you have to have mercy and forgiving and whatever. No. This is nothing to do with that. Yes. Anyway, this is a very, very beautiful song. As I always say, here we dwell with gospel songs, political songs, mogidi, which are party music. Also, when we travel, there's some music we use as well. We always scrutinize and analyze songs. So this is a very, very beautiful song. I decided to, because this song is 8 days old. And the song is, most of the Kikuyus, they know the song. But I do this for all those people that don't understand Kikuyu and English. Yes. That's why I'm here to translate these, our beautiful, amazing songs. So this song is called Nejowe Neowe. It's by Waithakawa Jane, one of our most talented Kikuyu Kenyan artists. He is great. If you haven't heard that song, please go listen to it. It's an amazing song. I am here. If you're Kenyan, Kenya, we have so many tribes, yeah, and not everybody understands Kikuyu language. So I'm here so that I can make you, if you see the Kikuyu singing and dancing and jumping of these songs, I want you to understand what the song is talking about. That's why I'm here. All right. I hope you've enjoyed everything. And please, if you haven't touched the subscribe button, please do it. I'll appreciate. You can comment, share, and like as well. And God will bless you. And let me see before we wind up. Ken Mashale is saying hello, NCK. Watching and driving. It's okay, Ken. Let's give the video a like. Thank you, Ken. Hi, Kay Mashada. Hi, Betty. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes, for all those that will watch later, please, let's continue with this journey. It's an amazing journey with scrutinizing and analyzing our amazing songs. Thank you so much. I'll be back tomorrow, same time, which is 10 o'clock Kenyan time. Yesterday I said 8. 8 o'clock it's Swedish or German time. But we'll be back tomorrow, Kenyan time. It's 10 o'clock Kenyan time. Swedish and German time, it's 8 o'clock p.m. in the evening. Thank you so much. And let's continue with this journey. Bye-bye.